Mane fa say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Remu eyi. Na enra ene nya na tie say Peace Council I issue statement. Na the omoka ene say as a tension abakuro nim because NPP for say yetietia wo mo fa ahodie so NPP for say ye cheche wo mo NPP for say ekwan a aban no ede wo nam so no mani enje ho enti Peace Council kire say was say calm should be restored because there's too much tension in the system. Peace Council.
Yeah, I mean China mention what here for na menka say na me catch us adibi agency wo krom ha say ye nkrofuko bi na omunni ade bi omodo mabrabo beye na nipa nti omonka so they just want to omunni ade papa bi omodo mabrabo beye na ya wona watena oman mu for emfie nwotwe na watete oman na sere na abasa eka na ye di ja oman no ebo ekrono a se bi ye hu bi da to the stand say edru ba bi na Ghana ho enya kono nchen no mbetena ye no any I was say mbetena say anu omo ho apologize to the people of this country no once Kromana is so easy to do NDC MPP equalization and obenye nipa mo di wachi. And that is why the kind of way Peace Council no mudi echira omo kan tension be na abakrom. Nothing has happened. And you know, abrabo na omu ne hwede omo abrabo ye. And omo ye ready say ombe ko omo nkoto bia ni ma pa Ghana fo achofa mamuo bone akufo ado bebo e wo kroma say no. These are tactics these people have just employed just to sway the conversation away from dirty things they did. The accountability as a government, a hold you more accountable. Because for the past 1 week in here, look at the topic we are discussing. And yet, a certain climate of intimidation has been activated under John Mahama. The question is, it's a climate of intimidation with Kroma and can Semhuna. Yes, I feel Brante Mustafa why can say, or never Ghana, I ungovernable, and free speech, I are criminalizing or her, and that guy should be in jail. Because statements all kind are treasonable. This is a whole republic, and he's threatening, say they will make this country ungovernable. And it's not the first time we make it this particular way.
2010 they
so this is an unholy strategy. As these people have just employed, because when it comes to policy options, there is nothing sensible to communicate. When it comes to track record, it's so dirty, there is nothing. I'll bet me a cat. And you almost say, and this answer John Mahama, then you drive the conversation from policy line to some kind of sympathy arena. So all that the MPP is doing today is fiction, or your friend is saying on something fiction for that emotional support from the people of this country. But they've forgotten what they did and how things play. Nema no mo kasa yache hwan ne hwan nipa dodo se no mo achi omo a enu nti betimi akasa climate of intimidation e koso okroma saying yate hayi Ghana for bu afusa amanfo tena okroma de oman sika bon kwase akro no okroma people expect them kasa ankrofo nyina da jail. Has John Mahama imprisoned anybody?
Not yet.
So we be catch us a climate of intimidation okroma na intimidation ne ban. And some nipa no kano the last time betena catch us some of the issues no be and yet necessary say police for kwachi nipa no be no because kwachi nipa no nim nyansa but with the state resources na kwachi no highlight no amana be hero because for them yachiwa the flag bearer who is a shadow sponsor of this nonsense will come to your house and we be commiserating with you because you Abra will be threatening the sitting president. You know, he went to the gentleman's house, and today people are motivated to be saying these things. May I'll be the last person to say yes, because democracy, my culture say the differences in our opinion, no, and a lie, the quality of way bit media actually or minor. But that does not also give you the license to go about throwing your way around, making threatening comments. And for when those things, you know, hinge on emra ewo kroma say, koyetisim now be yet the opa, and as of mine there will be no state authority. So a certain extent, you know, the state will move in to regulate certain things. What I say, empty. You let us not sit here and see, say, your friend saying the state has been turned into a police state, and there is an indiscriminate arrest and as a form. I say it's just a mere. As these people have just decided to exaggerate the situation, blow it out of proportion, just to sway the conversation that you have on. So over here in the last 2 weeks in the year, nobody's talking about anything.
Yeah.
We are talking about this, and my catcher say MPP as a political party, no, I think that they do have a problem. Because we have Afenyo-Markin, since he became the minority leader in parliament, you know, you could see, say, this gentleman hasn't been able to lead any sensible initiative. Emma political party na viable, say, opposition, it has been nothing but arrogance and that kind of belligerence. Kind of politics, but that politics will belong to the 12th century. And because as a leader there, you should be able to woo people with fine speech. You don't go about threatening people. And again, no cross sign will form to the sense that what's your position? What lose power but here? Power no one san can yet. Then you are telling people say you're about 2028, you're bet a choice again and cast out from you're wronger. What do you intend to repeat it in the next 8 years? So is it going to be a cycle? Now if it is a cycle, then you have no reason to complain today. Because you have your pound of flesh in the next 8 years, in the next 4 years, according to you. So you see, and because we are a young person out in China, you see some of these people talking. It's so frustrating, and sometimes you understand why politics are sinking so low in this particular country, because these are the inferior minds that are leading political parties. The events are driving conversation and making a case. Our media, everybody will follow. It's very shameful. And this same Afenyo-Markin in an friend is saying, Sam George, I call ne interview. Your friend say, I'll call share committee now, bisa no as a ministerial vetting committee. No, he was very particular about Sam George and Sama Waka about the judiciary. And then on the betimia catch will be say, Judge be a comfort. Afenyo-Markin, somebody who could get the Supreme Court and panel on Friday within 6 hours, am I ruling in his favor? Such a character today has the infantry to be going about chastising Obi. Nasabi, the omode ya bronye na sefono enye kra. You should not be the person to be talking about it if you have a sense of shame. This is what I'm saying, that these are jump over Ghanaians. Among riding so foolishly on a cheap boat to the source of their own distraction. They don't even know what they are doing, because these are people who have benefited from an era of judicial tyranny and kasa, judicial perjury. Why a beneficiary? Yet everybody was concerned about the climate of your friends saying judicial incompetence and now cause to the sense every judiciary at that time may not criticize it. We were expecting them to join us so that we can equally condemn if something goes wrong. Now, Joker, you were benefiting from that particular thing, and today now you think things are not going in your favor. No, you want the general public to come to your favor. It means that you are not a serious mind. You understand? So for me, I think that you continue to see these guys as jokers. Now we are Ghanaian here. You should be worried, because these are people. These are the inferior minds leading the political conversation in this particular country. And unfortunately, you know, but we don't sit down to ask the critical. It was unnecessary. You know, you don't arrest a big because I can't say doom. So when indeed light doom cover, you may disagree, you may agree with him. That is because you allow people. But there are other instances. For instance, I brought you the Yawa catcher judge, said judge, a bride. But judge NDC, ni judge, yes, no. You are one person, I was single out. And I would attempt na wouldn't know hinge on the sacred authority. I am judge, you know, and then authority no the ruling. It is the judicial authority. To prosecute a man for. So you are impugning that particular authority. No, it is not the judge. Rather, it is the authority of the state. Me security. I won't say anything, but it's not everybody who allows some of these things to go. You understand? So it is not as if nothing has happened. And Sanka, these people, if they are smart and very intelligent, the first thing they should have done was to condemn those reckless, irresponsible, foolish comments from their people. But Empanimfona are rather making extremely foolish comments. Afenyo-Markin someone na okay Abronya crowd and this person calls himself a leader of a political party. You ask yourself, so what is the future of this particular political party? If the leader can be talking foolishly more than Nipana or say then it tells you that the political party has a problem. Because one lose political power now but in China. Yeah, Makacho said the first thing you do is to connect with the people. Sabaya sympathy game where or more people will easily, because unless you build a bridge you cannot connect to the people. As it stands now, who can't Ghana for say who from Ghana for they are pretending that everything is okay and this year but yes you ain't but Ghana for you fear near my cost we catch us and I don't know what in some an interview now okay. So open nipa mo di nipa bone a na no Kevin Taylor ne Kufuor back and forth here cause I chanced on a video where President Kufuor catchere amanfo say or deny Rawlings because na adan we emperor I will be Rawlings catchere Rawlings so disappointed. Rawlings catchere say we are incompetent our abontinti. That was the reason why you deny him. That was very childish. That very childish. You don't make such comments because politics now you're better being criticized.
And at that time he saw nothing wrong with it.
No. Until boy a branch now or an interview boy really bizarre. Say until we have chance. I say there be now kwa abonti na kodi di matama baba na to o mine enya himfia ko ndwa wo. Na waka say state dia media da me no a former vice president, he was entitled to those things but he was denied because Rawlings are China again jokers. Today you have the M1 to come around telling people say free speech they are criminalized here. It started from this era. Akufo-Addo then NC Okroma saying Memakajo said, what is wrong yesterday and you're wrong today. But those of us who criticized yesterday, have equally the moral power to criticize it today. But you, the beneficiary who saw nothing wrong with it, today you are not condemning. You turn around and say, and you're condemning as a politician. You see, you can entice your own foot soldiers. As Dodona thrive on emotions, but no single nyansani when you are activating this conversation. Because in politics, Makati is a comparative analysis, something you cannot throw away. So people will begin to ask you, say, more personally than I am chinipa, near kidnap a man for. The last time I brand here making Mami or your airport to ya kidnap or move a Kufuor pencil because I brand social media could try dear for president the Kufuor Ireho or Twitter. Ya kidnap no. Nipa Ameswale Yankuno Kroma say Ameswale was killed. These jokers, Afenyo-Markin, where was he? Did he ever condemn people from his own political party and the threatening the catcher man for so Uhuna Bono Yekuno? Where was Afenyo-Markin? And today these jokers are going around telling people what? And I'm a catcher say, you see, some of these things, you can convince inferior minds and emotional minds. They will buy this particular package of nonsense they are selling, but no sensible person will fall for this. Abrante yo kasa boom 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 as ya want panel on abim ya say a friend na abuse hwan TV so threatening say or no and I make us security e okroma na kasa nye serious. Can these people making these reckless comments in here should be behind bars? Me say these are not men, no. These are cowards. Spineless coward. They sit on TV, make unnecessary noise. What see that they so yare? Abronya T radio son na no yes so yare. These are cowards. They can't even face their own consequences. Obi a bet na papaya your friends MPP former chairman your mo iso okubu obi dan yangui. Ya che na de che ya so yare. Na yare mai den. These are na ne bela na ne ho to no. Kofi Jima ya che na de che so yare. These are cowards who cannot even face their own shadows. And these people are going around throwing their weight around. Where were they when these things were happening? Me ameti hey, I condemn these things under Akufo-Addo, and today if things are going wrong, I can condemn. But the point is that you saw nothing wrong, and politics, integrity, consistency is very key. That was why the last time I was on Dr. Baumia, you saw nothing wrong with the nonsense happening under you when you were the deputy president of this country. Journalist Ebjani Frikroma, journalists we are na say nipa gigi sika twa plane ticket man anajo e manu dwane nya sa ye beku no. And today these jokers are around saying what abronya wan attract no baba amando wan attract no a man for life were on the line. Anas Akufo-Addo jina debate as a catch and say, oh, I shall adopt the Anas principle. Anas was rendered useless under Akufo-Addo because Ochino. Anas was bastardized, he was humiliated, he was insulted, his personality Nankasa was indicted, he was subjected to unholy criticism, accusations, and a whole lot of. Yes, that kobo kwabrane pa Kennedy Japan, yakobo ne pa say on destroy Anas because waka corruption asem. These jokers have their own country to go around saying what. And I make as a media nankasa nye serious. And they will give oxygen or publicity to some of the. John Mahama will be the last person you can accuse him. Say or Tiaman for like or curtail free speech.
Free speech.
Does it look like somebody who will curtail free speech? Open the year abusing Okroma in the history of this country. Go back to 2016. There no man find Okroma saying. What I say. Akufo-Addo na betre Ghana for say obi social media na okochere na dwan itimeche no Electronic Transaction Act na mokada be na efiri baaye ene na sefo no emra no entime media ne say ye kasa ye ya ye nyina ye hu say we are on the same page.
Yeah.
They are wrong and no wrong and when people were complaining about the judiciary, Oliver quiet demonstration. Yet she not in the courtroom deny or mobile. Your friends are rough, then you find your rough. Why wouldn't your friends say Captain Smart and answer for them? I find no more chroma saying. And then that climate of intimidation. Yeah. Did any of these jokers ever issue or condemn any of these things? And like I said, Mr. Media nankasa ye jokers because a media ni serious. You give them this catalog. Captain Smart radio so TV so you know ni ababa channel. Kwabana bobi ansa. Anajo or any program or mokofa no ya hwe kra ye hu ya boa ma bende wo se hwan ye o ye jelino I remember there was a time when a chairman called Central Police Station your friend said they were adabraka no ye kwa na odam ye jelino. So it was wrong that day. If Obuko tried on Facebook said Doomso has returned your children, it is wrong today. But the question is who and who can criticize?
Yeah.
Can you?
Exactly.
You can't because you have lost that moral audacity to be going out. But these are shameless bunch of individuals who have no sense of shame. And they think it's that is what I'm saying, a strategy. We na abanti yamfa kwade nam krom but you see sa me ya santininti me osono me ya nwonaninti me echinia kind of enkurase politics na atwamo. You will still find some people who belong to that school but majority of young people coming up no sa school no omo hu say enkurase school to moto ogu. They are following policies and options. So if your political strategy is designed for emotional supporters now, you will fail because today people want us to activate reasonable conversation.
Sure.
Track record consistency is very key. Now, yes, he who comes into equity must come with clean hands. You understand? You are able to make a case. I'm a pencil when they see we condemn this. They and you know we young channel and the nejo Mahama na or yes we be and we condemn. So when there will be a young person not in channel politics, I didn't know this double standard, this hypocrisy, this is what they are learning. It's very shameful. And Christian council, so I know what Simo Muye de no. Almost Sama na ye kuwa nas and then for net tension in Kruma. I met Swally, Ejina, Madina, and a yabon to a kuno, not tension ma Kruma. Abra na Manase. Yeah, a man for air funded in a general free criminal attention, my journalists no move down. You see, I don't make a say. You see, we have gotten to a point people we used to respect in the past thinking, so these are reasonable men of conviction, you know. We need to do baby and say, oh, dabi. Because me answer na me babon tin be kan asem no. Me check machi who say my back is against the wall. There is no window. Window means that obi anya adibi mfa me kwa me say we na ye. Yeah. Na ya ujina achire ujina wachi. There is an open space. Yeah. na who can be there. Nobody will take you serious.
Yeah.
And I make us a damn message now, strategy no more and is targeted about this targeted the same easy minds. I follow mono. Who will not subject and the politics na home. Let's say NDC core supporters can never win NDC power.
Yeah.
The same way MPP core supporters
can that one there. I think they should know by now.
And we a serious political party, your strategy, your design, everything should target the middle people.
Yeah.
But and some who tete crass politics way when you the UB and I will make the Ghana Mustafa we is almost make Ghana such a coward. It's because I'll be making Ghana ungovernable. Wait. Now security I'm so disappointed in them because these are jokers you should be picking. Because he is threatening the republic, say he will make, and this is not the first time they are saying this.
Yeah.
They will make the country ungovernable. These are inflammatory, dangerous, threatening statements that must not be coming from such characters, and they must be arrested. And so we yes, what create climate of intimidation. And I actually book Kakran, I said they command international communities, and I shall set it your prego. And I'm say, Omuti Omoye, and I say. John Mahama is a gentle person. Nanka ekwaye ye mu binuma. Togo. I'm telling you, Kebima Togo. Because winning the pair, yeah, no choice of bonnie when it tima.
Yeah.
Now watch and say, oh, bonnie, a new Timo. And with them, Muja and Namu na bonnet. Enti or the bar or the bishao.
Sure.
It's as simple as that. Because politics are a nice guy, and no. Oko stadium.
Yeah.
Now say a system P the cinema for Gani free. Stay your fence saying like May 9 they see no. Ota forma obi e wo be pejao.
Bia be fa.
Ombeteti asoku. But the very moment ubetimi apeja hoja wuntumi nante kra de gina wachini be pian amoko anim.
Yeah.
And I just say in the world nobody will show you mercy until you begin to show yourself mercy. What say yes media majaja me hono monya. That is their political strength. What the mo say no. Ombetena nchanya they act as saboteurs, and that's what they do best. Now, Kwame Nkrumah Niabra all fighting for independence. Now, Kwabrane they pen the paper, letter, Kwakoma, or him and so, Kwame Nkrumah. Today, the descendants of these jokers can gather momentum and celebrate Ghana's independence.
And they said their forefathers even fought for the democracy.
Jokers.
You know what Salama Mustafa said?
Jokers.
Petition no come diplomats no. And no cast ourselves.
Yes. Yes, and Kwan Joa and Osinibia Sabidi. When I was watching Kufuor's interview, no Kasa Assembly. Now I say you should even thank Rawlings. Because Rawlings could have decided not to hand over.
Yes.
Rawlings at the time could have decided say on hand go be now other people so they didn't hand over. And I said he could have manipulated the election to win. But this gentleman saw the need to say, may transition your mind and then the gains na ya make here democracy and am for continental radio see is because of this Rawlings. And Kufuor will tell you say wakwa bontia koka say or you incompetent inti. How many times na Bawumia na yere? There was a time Samira called Mahama she used the word useless,
incompetent.
Yes. Obi or no feel obi say or you incompetent.
Yeah.
Or you useless. But who say President Mahama ever had a case with her?
No.
But President Kufuor said Rawlings akwa bontanko kasa or incompetent inti. The characters are constitutionally or deserve no or deny no, and he has no regret about that. He's okay. And today you have the audacity going around telling people say climate of intimidation. Do you understand the word intimidation? So yeah, say that music no. Bass na MPP bass na kohwe. And instead of some befa e dia call mechanic shop na ya fix a car no e hu fia tache na no o ma dwen say customers ni nim nyansa nti obetim the same car no aba befa amanfo, and that's exactly what they are doing. Nothing new has come. Ideas near the same old wretched 12th century your friends are inspired you have a primitive thinking na o modern yantiantiam tete playbook na emotions yankasa. Now look at people leading the party today. This is a party na your branding as intellectuals and anyansa phone nyina ya pamo mu nyina kosi nchan and station boys are taking over and kasa station boys kasa boom 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 omo kasa what nchana we machine bi say the MPP na nu nie because panimfo no betena se adwena ma party ni nyina no ya pamo mu nyina kwakosi nchan and can never want to be better when you could drive because a party like MPP or no want to be a national. So the state your party now about
candidates.
Exactly.
Because the last time I went to me a corner was incoming.
Yes. So everybody want damn people around them to be able to control. And I'm a catcher say intelligent. You say a mind that is not intelligent can never attract intelligent minds. A mind any intelligent can never attract intelligent mind. They will feel threatened. So your fans say inferior minds will always center around them low your fans say inferior minds so that so that they don't feel threatened, you feel comfortable, you play your game. And that is the game the MPP is playing today. So near my deserve say condemn condemn it.
Sure.
But I am not sure say anybody on his right senses can wake up today and say Mahama has activated a climate of intimidation. You can speak to some of these issues. Yeah, Abronya court na judge kase. Your friend is saying, on concord them copim so medina same we are. These are issues we cannot disagree.
Nasa no crowd there, Afenyo-Markin maybe or parliament. Or sit court no ya chiro momo me lawyers.
Exactly.
Ya chiro ma there say court you agree and side with what the court has said. If you think that you don't agree,
you file,
go to court.
Exactly, there are processes. Made that particular ruling, I disagree. Because who do be a Sabawun to cancer on Kodamawunia semi?
Simple.
You file, you challenge it. My culture say, sa contempt of court, Madi judge ya tabu go they see Yesuba as I see with nobody in Muni Pancana Gentino. How much more a judge? What I said, who did some Huna, Nipa Canabianchino? That by our choir first you don't go about throwing your weight around in as a forum. But in the time now, you're moving cry casa at this contempt of way, no? Where were they? They were happy because I benefit you more. And today you cannot speak against it. What I say? Politics, you know, 2 kilobytes for no dozen. I'm a grown man walking with baby's brain. I'm a dozen. Oh, these are grown men in fancy suits operating on children's brain and crank and all your politics. What's in Chaya? Now, Wakoma, because we sounds of mine and Dutch and the same. And unfortunately, the young people coming, this is the politics they are learning.
They are learning.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen that video.
I mean,
Ghana Police Service on so many, you know, because where be say you should not
go and arrest these people.
No, these people they don't need the attention.
Me say I dear shit me what my life una me who say Abronya say Black Maria men a camera dinachi. And Kenya you are using state resources to hype fools. I didn't know the graphic as if say so the security should also be. There are ways you can handle some of these things. You understand? Now you're the Cabrani, I didn't see Black Maria. I want for dinner.
Camera.
Oh, how can you do that? You cannot use state machinery to be promoting idiots. State machinery, I'm finding the papa. I think we must be advised. Now your security so. There are a lot of things that are wrong, especially with the police, the way they operate in as a forum. I think the IGP will have to also find a way to deal with some of the situation. Why didn't you know? Massa say come near say what come near Kucharo be run about near Cho. You don't even go and arrest Obi Abraham to be identified. You don't go and arrest Obi. Now you're not quite saying you know what kind of a typical grassism. You cannot arrest Obi. Now you're Nebusian for Obi and baby now more than none.
Somebody no Sanya I think we've passed there.
Yes. So the security agencies must learn. You cannot go and arrest Obi Abraham to be identified or na say what if the person is not a police? Such a strategy no more the kidnappers are brands here no bongo ideas so be there or obi anim the kokoche no We cannot do that. The security agencies must sit upright. And America say recruitment and so forth. They need to do things well because a massa say come.
Yeah.
Now Obana the drip so once a massa say come, not dear ya. Drip is so called the wako. No discretion. No discretion. Say, oh, me call and so massa say come, you for come.
Okay, mommy. Francis. Ajigiwa Mr. Francis Udino say was a jai no bonamebo Francis no epe. I'll say it is agenda within the follower contestant in the NDC and Baumia Cape because so is popular than all I think now responded to Polado Mochi Adiano Yen Pedro wa I was say live from Kumasi Tano so and LCO Kran was say well done Ivan Shawal no
Dedi kama amena Pendream TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases Pendream TV